Welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. I'm standing next to this new project. This is something that we've been working on in the background for a few months now. In fact, this sort of come up as the Turbo Lamech was all sort of coming to fruition. If you haven't been following us, we did a 8 HP swap into this lovely E46 drift car. This thing makes some serious power, and it's been put through its paces. We really have given it a hard time. And the reason that sort of brought this video on, young Mac Preston, who this kit is for, come and drove it yesterday and he really liked it, and he now really wants this gearbox in his 79 series. So when we first sort of got with the idea of doing the Turbo Lamech conversions, we went straight to Drift Car World. However, Brock, who owns a rather significant four-wheel drive, he said, you know, these would be brilliant in a 79 series Land Cruiser. And that's what we've been working on here. We actually have a... Hey guys, what's this engine?
VDJ, 79 series, V8.
You can tell I don't know my Toyotas very well. So it's the VDJ, it is the V8 turbo diesel motor. We have an 8 HP 70 right there. Now these things, if you don't know, they are an 8-speed automatic. They will generally hold easily 700 Newton meters, but we're going to be testing it on max, which is making 1,000. We've got a transfer case from one there, and we've been piecing this kit together to have a bolt-in, fully functioning, like it's an OEM gearbox, 8 HP into a 79 series. But it's not been straightforward. Who would have thought? You might notice we've got a engine to transmission adapter plate there. We've got a billet piece of aluminium, which is how they start. Brock, how much does that alloy weigh?
That one's 65 kilos.
65 kilos of aluminium there. And how much is that one?
That one's about 25.
And that is...
It's easier to handle.
much easier. And that is what we're going to use to connect the transfer case to the gearbox. I'm going to be honest, these pieces are for different projects that we've been working on. I just put them there for the thumbnail, but we're going to get these actually made up over the next week, over the holidays, so that we can bolt this into Mac Preston's car and do some testing. But Brock, I think you need to tell some people how you've ended up at this point, because it's not been straightforward, has it?
No, it's been a big job.
Big.
And we're not there yet.
We're getting close though. Now I do want to show the guys the 3D modeling that we've gone through, because this is 2022. I thought you just 3D scan the engines, the gearboxes, and make it all work. But Brock has actually made this apparatus to make it a little bit more accurate than the 3D scanning that we were doing, which we did get done. So Brock, can you just show us where we're at with the current designs, the ones that you're actually going to get printed over the next few days? I shouldn't say printed. He's going to machine them.
It's not printing.
It's not printing. I get in trouble.
It's better than printing. Don't call it printing.
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of work went in just to get to this phase, but what have you got here?
So we've got a 3D scan of our transfer case, or the 79 series transfer case. Mm-hmm. And there's our adapter to go from the transfer to the 8 HP. 3D scan of the 8 HP, and a adapter for the 8 HP to the 1VD engine.
So we actually did get a 3D scan. I've got photos and a little bit of video that I'll overlay now of getting this section. Now you did tell me, but how come you didn't use the scan data and then you still needed to go to a proper CMM machine?
Not a proper CMM machine, one that we built, but fit for purpose, because the software to process scan data is very specific and very expensive, and we don't have it.
Okay.
So we had some people help us out with the 3D scanning, and they helped us out a lot and got us a lot of the way there. But just to get the accurate dimensions, we built this machine to make that easy and repeatable.
I kind of want to show them this machine, because it's not just been built for this project. We're going to do it. We're going to use it for a lot of 8 HP conversions over the next couple of years. Well, we hope so anyway. Also, I just want to give a little bit of an intro to Brock as well. Brock has been doing manual conversions for a lot of 1Js, 2Js.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing those?
4 or 5 years now.
4 or 5 years. So he's not new to transmission conversions, but this is going to speed up the process for him and make it a lot more accurate, a lot quicker, especially with the CNC machine. So you basically got linear encoders that go down to 100th of a millimeter.
Yeah. So it's just this is a mill DRO that you see on most manual milling machines, and a couple of linear encoders, and a little probe that locates inside a bolt hole.
And that's how you get the exact...
And then we can measure in 2 dimensions our bolt position by moving it around to where our bolts are.
And the reason, and hopefully people can see there, but you can see we had the 3D scanner marks on here. Where we found an issue with the software that we were using, we couldn't get an accurate enough edge to each of the holes, and that meant you couldn't get an accurate enough center. And it just led to the possibility of having issues. So this machine, you use the scan data and this data, and you end up with a really, really good
Really accurate model. All the dimensions are right there. And it's much faster than the way I used to do it with verniers and rulers.
Actually, how long did it take you to make those adapters there? Roughly.
Oh, to use this part of it?
The scanning and that part. Was it a couple of days?
Oh, no, it's been quite some time.
Okay. Maybe it's because he's getting new, but hopefully we'll be able to speed this process up. So we've got the engine to transmission adapter there. And now you might notice there is a fairly significant step down. That's to do with the flex plate on these VDJ engines being actually larger than the bell housing on the 8HP that we're using. However, it doesn't really cause any problems because having this at that thickness there and also the transfer case adapter at that thickness means hopefully we won't need to modify the drive shafts. The front or the rear one should just bolt straight in. Essentially the transfer case is going to be in the same place that it is when you've got it bolted to the Toyota manual.
Yep, hopefully.
Yes. And we better just let everybody know Daniel has also bought a 79 series, so it's not just for Mac Preston, so there is a little bit more of a sneaky reason why we've got straight onto this instead of some other projects that are also in the go. But I'm really looking forward to this one. But what we do need to know, because Brock can't work it out, Daniel can't work it out, do you think there's going to be 4 people that want these or 40? So guys, let us know if you'd like to put an automatic in your 79 series cruiser. I'm going to put a mailing list below. Price-wise, we're not sure yet. We think this conversion is going to be somewhere between $20,000 to $24,000 fitted. Is that about right?
Ballpark, hopefully.
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 We're trying hard to do that.
And there's no hiding the elephant in the room. The wholesale automatics conversion using the 200 series is really what we've based this on. So we wanted a solution that's better than what they're doing, and the 8HP is definitely a better box than the 200 series box. No questions asked. With the use of the Turbo Lamic TCU, the thing that actually controls the box, you get all the 8 program modes. You get drive, sports, manual, you get drift mode, trans brake. You can do nearly anything with that automatic gearbox. You can make it smooth like a Rolls Royce or aggressive like a race car, and the Lamic controls the whole lot. So it really should be a pretty good solution. I think they're going to sell a lot of them, but we want to get your interest below. So yeah, hit us up in that link below. So what else can we tell them about it?
Most of the hard work's done. We're almost ready to start machining components.
In fact, we need it to be done because we want to put it in Mac's car.
Mid-January.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Very soon.
We want to get it in Mac's car so we can see if he can break it before we put it in anybody else's car.
Yeah.
And if anybody can
Especially
break it,
mine.
Mac's going to break it.
Yeah.
Do a limited check.
We definitely want to see if Matt can break it before we go put one in my car.
I'm very excited to see how the V8 with all its torque functions with the 8-speed and just those gears being so close together, and the lower first gear than the factory setup. So you'll be able to crawl easier and be better on the highway and put the torque down all the way, hopefully. That's what I'm excited about.
So we've got a pretty good plan. We've actually got material to make 3 of these kits,
Yeah,
which you're going to pump out over the next week or 2.
Yep, hopefully.
Yeah, so if you'd like to be one of the beta testers, again, hit us up below. The last thing we've got to sort out for this kit is really just to make sure that it's going to hold up in Mac's car. There are huge amounts of components that are going in this. It's not just the adapter plates, and we really want to make sure that one of these, when they're pumping out 1,000 newton meters at the tires, is going to do what we think it's going to do. However, your experience with the 8HP and the 46, you think it's going to be all right?
Yeah. I'm really confident. I'm really excited. I think it'll work really good.
You look really excited.
Yeah, thanks, mate. If anyone can break it, hopefully it's Mac, because his car makes a heap of torque. It's got big tyres on it, and he doesn't treat his cars gently. So,
Well, we all thought you were going to break the 8HP and the 46,
Yeah,
and
so
you haven't
did
done that yet. Managed to break drive shafts and everything else, but yeah, 8HP has been rock solid, as has the Turbo Lamic. This is going to be pretty cool. Guys, what a year it's been.
Big year. Well, it's not over yet.
It's not. We've still got some work to do, actually, before we properly clock off.
I want to get this finished so I can work on my car again.
What's
That'd be
happening
really
with your
nice.
car?
Oh, I've been working on this instead.
It has been. It's been a big slog, but it should be good. Yeah, for people who don't know, Brock is putting an 8HP in his S15. He's done a full trans tunnel conversion. That's going to be wild. There'll be some more videos on that once we get to it, but there is a lot going on here, and I think that's going to be it.
yeah. Merry Christmas.
Have a great holiday.
Thank you all, everyone, and you're going to fit those wheels to your Ranger now?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
They're not going to fit.
That's sweet.
It's funny watching him do his own work.
It doesn't happen very often, but
No.
it's good to see.
All the staff are finished for the year.
Yeah. No one else to float
Did
him.
you see that?
Get back to work, mate.
Did you see that?
Oh,
Yeah, matte black commie wagon with steelies on the
it's a ute. Oh,
Oh, commie.
Brock, you ready to show everyone that thing you've been working on for the last 3 months?
3 months. Let's go and have a look.
What is this?
It's a horse head. Not in the I'm going to put it in your bed type scenario, but it is a horse head.
Brock's making his significant other something significantly special. Looks cool, man.
Thank you. Can you take my glasses off?
Nah, I like them. I've actually decided I'm keeping them. So there is that.
I need them to see.